Centennial. They won that game 14-7 to earn the right to play the Tigers here this afternoon. And that's a interesting thing, Mike Horvath, that this Notre Dame team went on the road last Saturday and beat an undefeated team.
Yeah, Niles Notre Dame, this is their first playoff appearance since 1991. They're a very big team, as you'll see here in a few minutes. And it appears to me they're going to play that hardcore Chicago football. They're going to try to run it down your throat and, just keep you off balance a little bit with the pass.
It could be the irresistible force meeting the immovable object today, as this looks to be a game between two teams that like to get after it. The Edwardsville Tigers' strength all season has been their rushing attack, led by sophomore fullback Joe Beavis and sophomore tailback Travis Evans, and also the fine quarterbacking and running skills of Mark Alaria. So this Tiger team will probably be facing its stoutest defensive challenge of the season. A big crowd here at the Edwardsville High School Sports Complex for today's playoff game. Winner of this game will play the winner of Kankakee Bishop McNamara and Chicago Mother Hubbard. The word we're getting on the street is that if Kankakee wins and Edwardsville wins, we'll be here next Saturday.
Yeah, that would be a big plus here for not only the fans, but the Tigers yielding only 2 home games this whole season. So
the Tigers are trying to go today someplace they've never been before, past the second round. Last year they got to the second round and lost an overtime game, and now this year they're in the second round at home and hoping to improve on their record. They are now 9-1, hoping to go to 10-1 today. Notre Dame comes into this game with a record of 7 wins and 3 losses, and that's a little bit deceptive, Mike, because they play in a very tough conference, the NCIC.
Yeah, their 2 losses are to both ranks teams in the state in the Class 5 and 6A polls. So 2 of those losses, you really can't take, say, hey, you're just your average 6-3 team, or now 7-3 as they have another win underneath their belt after the first round playoff victory.
One thing the Tigers have going for them that they haven't had maybe in the past 2 years as the postseason has rolled around is everybody appears to be healthy. No injuries to report for the Tigers. Last year, of course, they were stunned by the loss of their starting quarterback, Jimmy Doherty, and their starting fullback, Colin Gardner. This year, everybody's healthy. Chad Opel had a little bit of a hamstring knee problem last week, but he was able to suit up and play, and it looks like everybody's healthy this week.
And John, this is before when we came into the playoffs, those 2 forfeits really hurt us, and now those 2 forfeits might turn to our favor and kind of help us because everybody is healthy, and this is the healthiest Tiger team in this postseason play ever.
And I'll tell you what, as a season wears on, even if a guy is not injured to the point where he can't play, they get banged up, little nicks and bruises. And the Tigers, this being only their, they're 9-1 now. So this is only their 8th game. Correct. They didn't get to play 2 games in the regular season. They are pretty healthy, and I imagine they're pretty confident, Mike, because they had a tough test last week going on the road, playing at Sterling, a school that's laden with playoff tradition, and they came away with a 49-28 victory. So they got to be feeling good about their chances coming into the game today.
Yeah, and another key to today's victory today would be a quick start, like I had read that they had done up in Sterling. I wasn't fortunate enough to make the trip up almost to Davenport, but when you can jump out to a quick 21-0 lead and then build off that.
Right, the Tigers got on the board just a minute and a half into the game last week. Mark Alaria keeping on the option and scoring from about 42 yards out. That's definitely an underrated part of this Tiger offense, Mike, as Mark Alaria is very dangerous running that option.
Yeah, and we started seeing that here at the tail end of the season versus Granite City when Alaria had those nice long runs of 45, 36, and that kickoff return, which I thought was 85, but turned out to be 94 yards.
Yeah, it was a long way. And also, something that I think opponents can't take for granted is that the Tigers do have the ability to throw the ball. They haven't had too much, but I think if that situation presents itself, Mark's got a good arm, and he's got a couple of boys, Chad Opel and Jeff Ritchie, and the tight end, Weimers. and Grotefent also, they can all catch the ball.
Right, and also what they could also do is they've done a hell of a job downfield blocking for these Tiger running backs, especially for Joe Beavis. When you have a block 15 yards downfield to determine whether you're going to be caught or whether you're going to go to pay dirt, you know, you cannot do nothing but, you know, tip your hat to the downfield blocking that the wideouts have been giving.
Especially Opal and Richie, they just did a wonderful job last week downfield blocking, and that made the option go, and it also sprung Travis Evans for several long runs. So the Tigers have a lot of weapons to present to any team that plays them and try to defense them. This ought to be a great game, and we're bringing it to you here on ECTV Channel 6, Edwardsville, Illinois. We'll take a break and be back with the opening kickoff. This is Tiger football. John Vodakovich, Mike Horvath, and Gus Kodros here at the Edwardsville High School Sports Complex. The Tigers gathering up in the end zone, ready to take the field for this 1997 Class 5A second round playoff game against Niles, Notre Dame. The conditions are just about perfect for football. Last week we played in the clouds and cold weather. It's a brisk day here at Edwardsville High School, but it's a beautiful day for football, and the Tigers are on the field. Here come the Tigers. The Edwardsville Tigers, decked out in their home orange with white pants, have taken the field. They're ready to get it on with Niles Notre Dame here, and we'll be starting this football game very, very soon. And we also wish good luck to our soccer team, who is playing today in trophy competition in the state tournament. They can do no worse than 4th place. That's quite a story too.
Yeah, the Edwardsville sports has really been on the up and up here in the past few years. Keep it up, Tigers.
Lots of orange and black in the stands today, and it's going to be a great football game right here between the Edwardsville Tigers and the Niles Notre Dame Dons. The Tigers gathering up on the sideline to get last-minute instruction from Coach Tim Doherty. We'll find out soon who's going to start the game on offense. And now the tension is building. This is the worst 2 minutes in sports, waiting for the game to start. Big crowd here today. Would have been bigger if the soccer team hadn't been on the road. So lots of people out for today's 1997 5A second round playoff game between Edwardsville and Niles Notre Dame. Notre Dame coming out on the field. They're decked out in Kelly green and white. And it appears that they will be kicking off to the Edwardsville Tigers. It's good to see. I'm glad to see the Tigers starting the game with the ball. Hopefully they can get a score on this first possession and set a tone. The Tigers out on the field, dropping back deep to receive the kick. Number 10, Mark Alaria, and number 21, Travis Evans, just up ahead of them. Number 33, Joe Beavis, and number 3, Chad Opal.
This kickoff will determine the play of the tempo of this ball game.
The sun is shining. It's a little bit brisk. Doesn't get any better than this. Playoff football. The ball is teed up by number 24, Bill Bessenhofer. He'll kick it off for Notre Dame. And this game is underway. Bessenhofer approaches, he kicks high and end over end out of the end zone. Tigers will take over 1st and 10 on their own 20.
And Notre Dame really got some good leg. Bessenhofer puts the boot on it as he puts it through the end zone. He doesn't want Alaria to post any threat in returning a long ball here early on.
Tigers take over on offense, 1st and 10. Let's set the line for you. The centers, Joe Fisher. The guards are Cole McMichael and David Fields. The tackles, John Tarpoff and Matt Shell. John Weimers is the tight end. Flanked to the right of the formation is Jeff Ritchie. To the left, Chad Opal. Beavis and Evans behind Mark Alaria. The give to Beavis, swamped. Joe Beavis, not much of a gain there. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Edwardsville Tigers. A loss of 2 on the play, make it 2nd and 12. Checking in with the play for the Tigers, Chad Opal.
Notre Dame defense really quick to fill the hole there on Joe Beavis.
That's a big bunch of boys up on that front line for Notre Dame. As Coach Doherty would like to say, they're stout lads. Alaria takes the snap, gives to Beavis, quick hitter. Beavis gets back over the 20, maybe to the 21, where it's going to be 3rd and about 9 for the Tigers. So 3rd and 9, a gain of 3 on the play for Edwardsville. In with the play, number 82, Brad Grodefant from Coach Tim Doherty. Here come the Tigers. This time they break out in an I formation. Ritchie flanked to the left. Grodefant's a wing to the left. Now the tight end Weimers moves over to the right. Alaria snaps, keeps. He's got a seam, and he dives forward. He's close to an Edwardsville first down.
Great run by Mark Alaria as he spotting that first down marker, and they got about, it appears to be a couple feet.
Yeah, it's about a yard short, and it looks like the Tigers will have to punt it away here on 4th and 1, dropping back deep for Notre Dame. Ryan Barrett doing the punting for Edwardsville. Brad Grodefant. Fisher's snap is perfect. Grodefant's kick is off. It's a line drive spiraling. It's going to take a bounce and go out of bounds at about the Notre Dame 43-yard line. So Niles Notre Dame starts off with great field position, 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. 9:57 left first quarter. No score here in this second round playoff game between the Edwardsville Tigers and the Niles Notre Dame Dons. Now Notre Dame breaks out of the huddle. They're quarterbacked by Joe Jennings, a 6'2", 167-pound senior. Behind him, Chiplick, the fullback, and Nick Beckman, the tailback. Jennings keeps on the option down the line. Strung out, but he cuts it up. He's over the 45, down to about the Tiger 48-yard line. We're going to call that a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
And in the pregame, Notre Dame ran a lot of option, and a whole lot of option. You're going to see them come to the left side, to the right side. They're really going to attack the ends and make them pitch the ball.
And Edwardsville, of course, used to practicing against the option, as that's their basic offense too. Now it's 2nd and 5 for Niles Notre Dame. They line up an I formation with a slot to the right of the formation. Jennings, quick drop, stops, throws, complete. First down for the Niles Notre Dame Dons. On the reception, number 8, Kevin McCann. McCann with the reception for Notre Dame first down. They move into Edwardsville territory. 1st and 10 at the Edwardsville Tiger 43-yard line. 9 minutes left in the first quarter. No score between Edwardsville and Niles Notre Dame. Jennings, nice size for a quarterback, 6'2", has Chiplick and Beckman behind him in an I. Slot right, they give this time to the fullback, and he's stopped immediately. Very short gain on that play. Paul Hooks in on the play for the Tigers. He's just been elevated to the starting unit for this Tiger defense, so nice play by Paul Hooks. It's going to be 2nd and 9 now after a gain of 1 by Chiplick. Jayton Belfield also in on the stop for the Tigers. Notre Dame stays with the I. They bring wideouts on either side of the formation. Jennings has a man in motion now, cross to the right. Jennings dropping, stops, he throws. Oh, incomplete. Almost tipped by Cedric Morgan. The intended receiver was number 8, Kevin McCann. Now Notre Dame has 3rd and 9 from their own 42-yard line with 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter. No score here between Niles Notre Dame and the Edwardsville High School Tigers.
Notre Dame really trying to spread the ball out on the Tigers, keep them on their heels.
3rd and 9 for Coach Mike Hennessy. He brings his team out, I formation, wideouts either side. Jennings sends McCann in motion to the right. Jennings drops, it's a sprint draw, he's got room, he's got a first down, and finally finished off by number 2, Jeff Ritchie. Grodefant in on the stop too, but it looks like enough for a Niles Notre Dame first down. Beckman on the carry for the first down for Niles Notre Dame. So they keep the drive alive with a pickup of about 11 by Nick Beckman.
A heck of a run. It was open, nothing but daylight on that hole.
Now Barrett and McCann flank to the right. Jennings fakes to the fullback. Stopped on the option. Maybe a gain of 1. It's going to bring up second and about 10 for Notre Dame.
Edwardsville's defense really starting to get warmed up here as they're moving to the ball well on the outside now.
Jennings walks over toward the sideline, gets the play from the Notre Dame coaching staff. And now, second and 9 for Niles Notre Dame, ball at the Edwardsville 30. Barrett is in the slot left. McCann is flanked left. Now they give to number 14. That is Nick Beckman, and not much of a gain that time. So it's going to be third and about 8 for Niles Notre Dame. So another big third down play for this Tiger defense. And I've got to wonder, Mike, after that kickoff, if that kicker is in field goal range here.
Yeah, he displayed quite a leg. He does have the wind at his back.
Slot right this time for Niles Notre Dame. Jennings is dropping to pass. He's got a little pressure. It's up and it's overthrown, intended for McCann. Way off the mark, and that's going to bring up 4th now and 7 for Niles Notre Dame. The ball is at the Edwardsville 28-yard line. So this is probably 4-down territory for Niles Notre Dame. And they are going to try the field goal.
With the wind at your back, you can't blame them.
Teeing it up is the kicker. Let's see if we can get... Bill Bessenhofer attempts. The snap was a little bit to the side. I don't think he made it. He did. Okay. It's good, and Niles Notre Dame takes a 3-0 lead on a 45-yard field goal by Bill Bessenhofer. We're going to take a quick break. This is Tiger Football on ECTV Channel 6, Edwardsville, Illinois. Restore the roar. We'll be right back. John Vodakovich, Mike Horvath, and Gus Kodros back here at the Edwardsville Sports Complex. Niles Notre Dame draws first blood in this second round game. A 45-yard field goal by Bill Bessenhofer puts the Dons ahead of the Tigers 3-0. Also, Gus, if you can get a shot of that tiger paw out there, got claws on it this week. Pretty cool, huh? Now let's see if the Edwardsville offense has some claws in it. They were stopped on their first possession. They need to get the ball and move it down the field. Waiting for the kickoff, Mark Alaria and Travis Evans. Bessenhofer kicked the last one out of the end zone. He's got the wind at his back. His kick is up. It's high and end over end. This time it will be in the end zone for a touchback. So the Tigers will start over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, and this is a lot different than last week. Mike, the Tigers were starting with much better field position, but Bessenhofer is keeping them out of business with those long kickoffs.
Yeah, he sure is. They have the wind at their back. The only thing that plays to Edwardsville's advantage is they'll be going with the wind in the second and fourth quarters.
Here come the Tigers. This time they come out I formation. Flanked to the left is Jeff Ritchie. Alaria gives on a reverse. Grodefant is hit almost immediately after he gets the ball. Maybe a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. That's a new play for the Tigers on offense this week. Hadn't seen that one yet.
Yeah, they're working the end around.
2nd and 9 for the Tigers. 6:15 left first quarter. Niles Notre Dame leads Edwardsville 3-0. Opal splits to the left, Ritchie to the right. Beavis and Evans behind Mark Alaria. Tarpoff, McMichael, Fisher, Fields, and Shell on the line. Weimer's the tight end, pitch to Travis Evans. Evans Gets across the 25-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the Edwardsville Tigers. Stanton on the stop for Notre Dame. So this is a big play for this Tiger offense, 3rd and 6. Brad Grodefant brings the play in from the Edwardsville bench. Ritchie comes to the right of the formation. Grodefant's in the slot right. Ilaria checks the defense, sends Grodefant in motion. Snap is back. We have a flag. Ilaria is way short of the 1st down, and there was a flag on the play.
And you got to think it's going to be offsides on Niles Notre Dame because any movement on the offensive side of the ball, and it is against the Tigers.
It's a legal shift against the Tigers. It's going to cost them 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Or no, they're going to decline. That's going to bring up 4th down and 5 for the Tigers, and they will have to punt it away. Grodefant is the punter for the Tigers. Back deep for Niles Notre Dame, Ryan Barrett. Grodefant's kick is off. It's a line drive. Barrett fields it at about the 40-80s to the 50. And driven out of bounds at about the Notre Dame 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for Niles Notre Dame on the Edwardsville Tiger 46-yard line. 4 minutes, 58 seconds left, 1st quarter, 3-0. Niles Notre Dame leads Edwardsville. Winner of this game plays the winner of Kankakee Bishop McNamara and Chicago Mother Hubbard. Or Chicago Hubbard, pardon me. Now Jennings has a man in motion across the formation. They go toss sweep to the left. And we have flags. And it looks like we're going to have the first penalty of the game on Niles Notre Dame. Chiplick was the runner. And holding against Niles Notre Dame, their first penalty of the game, and it's going to cost them 10 yards. John Tarpoff, the Tiger captain, discussing it with the referee.
Chiplick really did make something out of nothing that he had there.
And here we go. Mark it off, boys. It's 5, 10, 10-yard penalty, holding. Now the ball is back at the Notre Dame 44-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 20 for Niles Notre Dame. That's maybe the break the Tigers needed to get them going. Here comes Niles Notre Dame. They come out I formation. They have McCann in a slot left. Barrett is flanked left. The give is to Beckman. Now they go reverse, and they're looking to pass off of it. Man is wide open behind the Tiger defense, and that is a big play for Niles Notre Dame. Number 8 on the reception, Kevin McCann. And the reverse and halfback pass nets big yardage for Niles Notre Dame. They have it 1st and 10 at the Tiger 28-yard line. A 28-yard pass play. Now, Niles Notre Dame in great position, 1st and 10 at the Tiger 28. Jennings has Niles Notre Dame in an eye. Jennings fakes to the first man. He's got room on the option. He gets inside the 25-yard line down to about the 23. That's going to be 2nd and 5 for the visiting Niles Notre Dame Dons.
The Dons really moving the ball by trickery and spreading the ball around the field.
These boys are road warriors. They don't care where they're playing. 2nd and 5. Come on, Tigers. Need a big defensive play right here. Jennings has him in an eye. Jennings takes the snap, gives to Beckman. Off right tackle, Beckman pushes forward. He's going to be, let's see where they spot it. It's going to be close to 1st down yardage. And now we have an official's timeout for a measurement. Beckman close to a first down for Notre Dame.
We'll have a measurement.
Hopefully they put an extra link in that chain. It's going to be close.
Well, Niles Notre Dame really pulling out the trickery, but pulling out those trick plays early, so Edwardsville will be aware of the fake play.
It's a first down. Beckman got 5 for the first down. Niles Notre Dame 1st and 10 at the Tiger 18-yard line. 3:15 left in this first quarter. Niles Notre Dame 3, Edwardsville 0. I formation, Chipflick and Beckman behind the quarterback Joe Jennings. Jennings with the snap, quick drop. Looking, pass is batted at the line of scrimmage, incomplete.
Mario Ivy.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now for Niles Notre Dame. Good job by those Tiger defensive linemen to get their hands up and make it more difficult for Jennings to get a good throw off. 2nd and 10 for Niles Notre Dame. 3:05 left first quarter. Niles Notre Dame 3, Edwardsville 0. Jennings has him in an eye. Wideouts either side. Jennings with the snap. He's dropping to throw. It's a screen. It's complete to number 22, Chipflick. He makes a nice move and is stopped short of the first down, I think. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 8 or 3rd and about 2 for Niles Notre Dame. The ball spotted at the Tiger 10-yard line.
And every time Edwardsville thinks they have Notre Dame stopped, Notre Dame pulls out another play, and normally pretty productive.
Here's a big defensive play for the Edwardsville Tigers. 3rd and 2 for Niles Notre Dame at the Tiger 10-yard line. Jennings on the keeper. That pile just surges forward. And it looks as if he got enough for a Niles Notre Dame first down. It is indeed a first down. 1st and goal for Niles Notre Dame. The ball spotted at the Tiger 5-yard line.
Ball will be spotted on the Edwardsville 5-yard line, while the Dons will have 1st and goal.
This Niles Notre Dame team is huge. Number 73, Ed Kowalewski, is 6'6", 324. Number 73, big boy. Jennings with the Dons in an eye. Jennings takes the snap. He keeps on the option, and he's hit. He might have got inside the 5-yard line, maybe a gain of 1. Well, they're calling it a gain of 2 now. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the Tiger 3-yard line. John Tarpoff on the stop for the Edwardsville Tigers. A minute 15 left in this first quarter. Notre Dame knocking on Edwardsville's door.
Boy, and it would be big if Edwardsville just escapes here with a field goal.
Oh, no kidding. 2nd and 3 from the 3. Chipflick stopped short. No, he didn't carry. Somebody in the middle of the field there. Is a quarterback keeper by Jennings. He gets it down to the 1-yard line as we just go under a minute to play. 3rd and goal from the Tiger 1-yard line. Need the crowd to get into the game right now for the Tigers. Third and 1 from the 1 for Niles Notre Dame. Jennings is the Notre Dame quarterback. He brings his team out in an eye. He's going to try to go. Oh, he's short. He did not make it. Good play by the middle of that Tiger defensive line. They shut it down, and Jennings is short. 4th and 1 from the 1, and that's going to do it, I think, for the first quarter.
They're calling for a measurement.
Okay, they call for a timeout. That's what it is. Niles Notre Dame takes timeout with 17 seconds left here in the first quarter. They have 4th and about a yard to go for a touchdown, and it's decision time now for Niles Notre Dame. You think they'll go?
I don't know. When you're knocking on the doorstep in an early ball game, I think you got to pull the guns early.
Even if they don't make it, the Tigers are pinned back at the 1 yard line. Nothing the Tigers would like better than to shut them down. Second choice would be to hold them to a field goal. It appears as if Notre Dame is going to attempt to go for it on 4th and 1.
With 17.5 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Edwardsville really been a little misfortunate so far this ball game. The defense has bent a little bit, but they've strengthened right back up and made the play. But Notre Dame just seems to find another play to put positive yardage in their offensive scheme.
Here we go. You just play of the year for the Edwardsville Tigers right here. Beckman. No signal. Now we have one touchdown. Notre Dame gets the touchdown on a 1 yard run by Nick Beckman. Now the Dons go up 9-0 over the Edwardsville Tigers. They will try to kick the extra point, doing the honors, Bill Bessenhofer.
Extra point attempt will be by Bill Bessenhofer.
13 seconds left in the first quarter. Notre Dame looking for their 10th point. Bessenhofer's kick is up. I think it's on the practice field. He bombed one, it's good. And the Notre Dame Dons lead the Edwardsville Tigers 10-0, 13 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll just stay right here and we'll give a break to you at the quarter. Now Edwardsville's got a gut check time. They're gonna have to find out what they're made of here. They've got a little adversity, and maybe they're gonna show us that they are the champions they are. But they're going to have to start playing right now.
Yeah, the offensive line's really going to have to come off the ball well, execute their blocks, open the hole for Beavis so he can get some positive yardage. And they've got to be in there more than 3 plays and out. That's the one thing Edwardsville's got to do. They got to start to establish a drive and get some momentum running down, because that Notre Dame defense is just going to stay fresh on the sideline.
Alaria and Evans are back deep for the Tigers. They haven't had a chance to return a kick yet because Bessenhofer can bomb them. He can kick them a long, long way.
Yeah, I talk about a kid with a professional leg. He could go to school just on his leg alone.
Come on, Tigers, let's go right here, right now. Bessenhofer has it teed up. He's ready to kick. His kick is high and end over end, and that's going to go out of the end zone through the crossbars, through the upright. And the Tigers take over again. Where else? 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
And the kickoff team really doesn't even put much effort running down that field, as they know the kick's going to sail out of the end zone and it's going to be a non-returnable ball.
Maybe that'll change here as we change quarters and they kick into the wind. Brad Grodefant bringing the play in from Coach Tim Doherty. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, the ball on their own 20-yard line. I formation, Grodefant is a wing to the right, Richie flank to the right. Now Alaria gives to Beavis. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10, and that's also going to be the last play of the first quarter. We've played 1 quarter here in this second round playoff game between Edwardsville and Niles Notre Dame. At the end of 1 quarter, Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. This is Tiger Football on ECTV Channel 6, Edwardsville, Illinois. Restore the roar. We'll be right back. John Vodakovich, Mike Horvath, and Gus Kodros back here at the Edwardsville High School Sports Complex. We've played 1 quarter in this second round playoff game between Edwardsville and Niles Notre Dame. Niles Notre Dame leading at 10-0, a field goal by Bessenhofer and a 1-yard touchdown run by Nick Beckman. The scoring opportunities for Niles Notre Dame. Now Edwardsville starts the second quarter, 2nd and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The Tiger offense has not had much going for it so far. I formation for the Tigers, 2 tight ends. Richie flanked to the right. Alaria checks the defense. Snap is back. Alaria wheels, giving to Beavis. He may have gotten a yard. It's going to bring up third. Well, they're giving him 2, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 at the Tiger 23-yard line. 3rd and 7 for the Edwardsville Tigers. In with the play, Brad Grodefin, also checking into the game, Matt Shell.
This is really a big play for the Tigers here. They need to get something started. I mean, they need at least come close to reaching a first down so that they at least know how much harder they got to, dig in.
Beavis, the lone setback. Evans in the slot to the left. Richie flank left. Ilaria drops. He's got all the time in the world. Now he steps up. Ilaria dashing for the first down.
And he's got it.
He dove for it. He got it.
And Notre Dame's going to learn pretty quick that you can't let Mark Ilaria stand back there and look at all that field, because he'll take it whenever you give it to him.
A very courageous play by the Tiger quarterback, Mark Ilaria. He dove for the first down. And he's short. They're marking that ball about 6 inches short. So now it's 4th and inches for the Tigers. And it looks like they're going to punt it away. Mark Ilaria looked like he dove into the first down marker, but they ruled that he was about 6 inches short, and the Tigers are forced to punt it away. Grodefin will do the punting. Joe Fisher, the long snap. Fisher snap is back. Grodefin gets a kickoff. It's high and spiraling. And it gets a good Edwardsville bounce, goes out of bounds at about the Niles Notre Dame 20-yard line. Doggone, I wish Mark had that first down. That was awful close.
What was really amazing is that Notre Dame started to penetrate, and they stopped once they saw that Larry was back there and he was wanting to look for pass. It seems as if they don't trust their defensive backs to make the play.
1st and 10 for Niles Notre Dame at their own 21-yard line. 11 minutes left here in the first half. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. Winner plays next week, loser plays next year. I formation. Chipla and Beckman are behind Joe Jennings. Jennings sends a receiver in motion across the formation left. Now they go toss sweep left to Beckman. Beckman breaks a couple tackles. Beckman fights forward, and he's close to the 30-yard line, a gain of about 9 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 2. It's a short 2. The ball just short of the 30-yard line. It looked like they had him stopped as he went to the left, but he made a nice cutback move and broke a couple of tackles. 2nd and 1 for Niles Notre Dame at the 29-yard line. Jennings gives to the fullback, Spinaruski flag. We have a flag thrown from the backfield, which usually means a penalty on the offensive team. Holding against Niles Notre Dame. Their 2nd penalty of the game, 2nd penalty for 20 yards. John Tarpoff talks it over with the referee assigned by the IHSA. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for Niles Notre Dame. So the Tigers get a break on the penalty. 2nd and 11 for Niles Notre Dame. The ball at the Niles 19-yard line. 10 minutes, 15 seconds left first half. Edwardsville trails Niles Notre Dame 10-0. I formation, slot right for Niles Notre Dame. Jennings, the quarterback, checks the Tiger defense. He's giving it on the draw to Beckman. He's got some room. Beckman gets over the 25-yard line to about the 27. That's a gain of about 7 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 for Niles Notre Dame. This Beckman kid's not the fastest kid in the world, but he manages to get loose and make people miss him.
Yeah, he makes great open field moves, and he just runs to that open space.
So big play for the Tigers here. 3rd and 4. Ball at the Niles 27-yard line. 9:20 left in the first half. Niles 10, Edwardsville 0. Jennings on the option. I think they stopped him. It appears he's short. He indeed is, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Tigers should get it back on the punt. Good job by the Edwardsville defense.
That's a big stop for Edwardsville.
Now the Tigers really need to try to get it going on offense.
And this will be their best field position unless he gets a hold of one of these punts.
Alaria's back deep. The kick is short. Short. Now take an Edwardsville bounce. That's away. Down at the Niles 49-yard line. So the Tigers get it with great field position. 1st and 10 at the Niles 49-yard line. Just the way we scripted it that time. Now let's see this Tiger offense show what it's been about all year. 1st and 10 for the Tigers in Niles Notre Dame territory.
Alaria trying to get his troops fired up here with 8:43 left to play here in the first half.
There's lots of football to be played yet. Chad Opel brought the play in. Tigers come I formation with a slot to the short side of the field. Opel in the slot, Richie flanked left.
Crowd really getting into it.
I think Weimers is flanked right with Beavis and Evans behind Alaria. Give to Beavis. He steps into the middle of the Niles Notre Dame defense. Maybe a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Well, they're calling it a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Ball is at the Niles Notre Dame 47-yard line.
And the hole really hasn't been there for Beavis. The bread and butter in between the tackles.
That's pretty difficult real estate to come by down there.
I think Edwardsville will probably be a little safer running around the outside with the option, utilizing Evans.
I formation Alaria. Fakes, gives to Evans on the pitch. Go, Travis! Get outside, baby! Travis Evans, 1st down for the Edwardsville Tigers. Travis Evans turns on the Jets and has a Tiger 1st down. 1st and 10 for Edwardsville. The ball at the Niles 31-yard line. That's a gain of 16 for the sophomore Travis Evans. Maybe that's the play that'll get the car rolling. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Chad Opel checks in with the play from Coach Tim Doherty.
I think Edwardsville has enough speed on this team. They can keep up with any team here in the state or in the metro area around the outside.
Tigers go with Opel as a wing left. Evans flanks left. Beavis the lone setback. Beavis has it. Look at Joe rumble. Yeah, that's a way to go, baby. Joe Beavis on the carry. He's going to be close to another Tiger 1st down. Now the Tigers fired up. Now we're going to have a stoppage for a measurement. But Mike, this is just exactly what the Edwardsville Tigers needed.
Yeah, they're starting to spread the ball out, utilizing the outside. They have plenty of speed in that backfield. They haven't utilized it much during the regular season because Beavis has just carried the weight of the team on his shoulders. But now Beavis is getting the holes are bogged down for him. Run that ball around the outside. Put the defense on their heels.
Here's the measurement. 1st down, Tigers. All right, Edwardsville Tigers, 1st and 10 at Niles Notre Dame, 20-yard line. Here come the Edwardsville Tigers. They break the huddle. Travis Evans is going to flank to the right. Grodefitz goes as a wing to the right. Joe Beavis, the lone setback behind Mark Alaria. Fisher, McMichael, Fields, Shell, Tarpoff, Weimers, and Richie up front. And now we're going to get a penalty. Dadgummit.
I believe it was
Motion.
the left tackle.
The left side of the line, everybody went a little early, and that's going to cost them 5. They're fired up right now, Mike, and that adrenaline's pumping, and they got a little bit jumpy that time. So that's going to cost them 5. And here comes Chris Goff. Chris, the game was at 1. You didn't go to the soccer game, did you? No, okay. Pardon? Haven't heard anything on the soccer game
So
yet.
Edwardsville.
1st and 15. At the Niles 25-yard line. I formation. Opel in a slot left. Richie flanked left. Beavis and Evans behind Alaria. The give is to Joe Beavis. Beavis gets close to the original line of scrimmage. And now it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. 7:15 left in the first half. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0.
He's stopped by Jim Notre for the Dons.
Coming in with the play from Coach Tim Doherty is number 82, Brad Grodefant.
Got to pick up a big chunk of real estate here. Don't want to leave yourself with much going into third down.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers at the Niles 20-yard line. Beavis the lone setback, Grodefant slot or wing back to the left, Evans flank left. Hilaria keeps nobody to give to. And thrown down at about the 26-yard line. A loss on the play, loss of about 6. That's going to bring up 3rd and 16 now for the Edwardsville Tigers at the Niles Notre Dame 26-yard line. Well, no, they're making that a loss of 3. We'll call that a loss of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 13 now from the Niles Notre Dame 23-yard line.
And a naked bootleg there for Hilaria.
Chad Opal checks in with the play. Ritchie flanks to the right, Opal in the slot to the right. Hilaria with the snap, pitch to Evans with some room. Evans is bounced outside and he's going to be short of the first down.
And he was running more laterally than he was north and south. Granted, he probably wasn't going to get the first down, but it would have made the spot a little bit easier for the kicker.
It's going to be 4th now and about 8. 4th and 8 from the Niles 19-yard line. I'm assuming, Mike, that they're just going to have to go for it right here. Brad Grodefant bringing the play in from Coach Tim Doherty on 4th and 8. Grodefant flanks to the left. Evans in the slot to the right. Ritchie split to the right. Beavis the lone setback. Evans. Hilaria looks, and it's broken up. Intended for Travis Evans, but defensed well by Notre Dame, and the Dons take over on downs. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. 5 minutes left in the first half. Niles Notre Dame 10. Edwardsville 0. That was Edwardsville's best scoring chance so far in the game, Mike, and they weren't able to capitalize.
And that really hurts. I mean, 4th and long, you would think, at least escape with 3 since Notre Dame does have a kick and a touchdown on the board. But it's their ball game.
1st and 10 for the Dons. Power I this time. Jennings gives to Beckman. Beckman searching for room. Surges forward. He goes across the 25-yard line to the 26. That's going to be a gain of 7 and bring up 2nd and 3 from the Niles Notre Dame 26-yard line. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. Second round of the Class 5A playoffs. Power I for the Dons. Jennings sets them. Jennings with the snap. He gives to Beckman. Beckman is roughed up that time. Not much of a gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Ball at the Notre Dame 26-yard line. 4:15 left in the first half. A big stop here by the Tiger defense, and maybe they can get the ball back in fairly good field position before the half.
Yeah, they really need to put some sort of points on the board going into halftime, since they will be on defense coming out. They'll be kicking off to the Dons.
That's right. Power I, 3rd and 3 at the Notre Dame 26. Big play again. They're dropping to throw. Good coverage now. Jennings is stepping up.
Oh, and a beautiful defensive play.
First down.
A beautiful defensive play by the Edwardsville front there. They were patient. They stayed with their man. Then they didn't allow the quarterback to scramble for the first down.
And a good job by the secondary. All the receivers were covered. He didn't have anybody to throw to. Notre Dame will have to punt it away. Dropping back deep to receive for the Edwardsville Tigers, Mark Hilaria. He stands on the Tiger 35-yard line. Snap is back. It's good. Almost blocked by Morgan. Hilaria is going to have to let it bounce.
And it gets a great one.
And it's going to go inside the 25, down at the Edwardsville Tiger 24-yard line. So Edwardsville has it 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line with 3 minutes left in the first half. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0.
Notre Dame really executing perfect game plan at the moment. Everything's gone their way, whether it be fake plays to calls to just spreading the ball out. Edwardsville really just hasn't been able to get in sync.
Chad Opel in with the play from Coach Tim Doherty. Opel comes as a split in to the left, or as a flanker to left. John Weimers splits out wide to the left. Beavis and Evans behind Ilaria. Ritchie flanked right. Pad pitches to Evans. He's going sideways again. And knocked out of bounds. The pitch was high and a little behind him. He had a little trouble handling it. But a loss on the play of 5. That's going to bring up 2nd and 15. Now the Tigers digging themselves a little bit of a hole here, 2nd and 15. Brad Grodefant checking in with the play from Coach Tim Doherty. Grodefant is a wing to the right. Doherty. I'm sorry, Ilaria is sacked at about the 10-yard line, a loss of 11. And now the Tigers are way deep. 3rd and 24 from their own 11. A minute 50 left in the first half. 10-0 Notre Dame leads Edwardsville.
That was a big play by the Notre Dame defense there as they went with the gutsy call, blitzing the end.
Chad Opel checks in with the play. He's going to come out to the left of the formation. Travis Evans to the right. Beavis the lone setback. 2 tight ends. Ilaria checking the Notre Dame defense. Takes the Fisher snap. They give to Beavis. He's finally got a little room. Beavis across the 20 to about the 21. But it's going to bring up 4th and about 14 at the Edwardsville 21-yard line, and the Tigers will again punt it away. And a lot of time left in the first half. A minute. Grodefant to kick. Back deep for Notre Dame is number 2, Ryan Barrett. Grodefant gets off a good punt. It goes out of bounds at about the Notre Dame. They're going to give them a pretty generous spot. Now they're walking back. At about the Notre Dame 41-yard line. 57 seconds left here. In the first half, Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. If Edwardsville could go in at halftime, Mike, trailing only 10-0, that will be something to build on here as the second half will get ready to begin.
Yeah, they'll be very fortunate also as Notre Dame is really, like I said, they've executed the perfect game plan so far, and for them only to be up by 10 points is a compliment to the Edwardsville defense.
Jennings brings him out in an eye. He takes the snap, he fakes. Now he's rolling left, stop. He had to stop again, breaks a tackle.
He runs into his own man.
And he's thrown for a loss. The ball will be marked at about the 35-yard line of Niles Notre Dame. It's going to be a loss of 8 and bring up 2nd and 18. Clock keeps running. We're down now to 30 seconds left in the first half.
Great coverage and pursuit by the Edwardsville defense.
So now it is 2nd and 18 at the Niles 35-yard line. They pack it in and they go sweep right to Beckman. Beckman strung out and driven out of bounds by Brad Grodefant and Chad Opel. Clock keeps running, and that should be the last play of the first half. It is. We played one half of football here in this second round playoff game between Niles Notre Dame and Edwardsville. At the end of the half, Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. This is Tiger football. I have to start running a little more north and south here in this second half instead of running side to side.
I could not agree with you anymore. Travis Evans really had a beautiful play, the first option play that gained 16 yards for the sophomore tailback. But since that one carry, he's been running a little more east and west instead of north and south, and trying to elude that one defender instead of just taking what the defense is giving you and make the most of it.
Here we go. We're about ready to start the second half. As we start, Edwardsville will have the wind at their back, and they will kick off to this Niles Notre Dame team. One thing we know for sure, though, down in that Edwardsville High School locker room, Coach Tim Doherty wasn't saying to those guys, it's been a great year, fellas. He's not talking past tense. And these Tigers, I just have a feeling, are going to have a second half that's much different than the first half. So let's hope so. Edwardsville tees it up. Doing the kicking for the Tigers is Brad Grodefin. The sun shining brightly here at the Edwardsville High School Sports Complex as we start the third quarter. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. Brad Grodefin's ready, he approaches the ball, his kick is end over end, a line drive, fielded at about the 10. The receiver comes down the left side, and he gets down to about the 30, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for Niles Notre Dame. Joe Jennings is the quarterback for this Niles Notre Dame team. That's a 5-hour drive from Edwardsville. The fullback is Rick Chiplick. The tailback is Nick Beckman. The Tiger defense needs to make a statement early here in the second half.
Especially off the ball, down in the trenches, where they're facing a very big Niles Notre Dame offensive line. And there's great pursuit as the Edwardsville defense rises to the occasion there.
So the Tigers do start off with a good defensive play. 2nd and 7 now for Niles Notre Dame. The ball at their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, Edwardsville really has to control this large line. As you look at the offensive line for Niles Notre Dame, 255, 324, 265, and 219. That's a lot of weight there.
They're big boys. Jennings drops, he looks out to the flat, and we have a flag on the play. We do have a flag on the play, and I have a feeling that's going to come back. And this could be the third penalty against Niles Notre Dame. They've been penalized twice for 20 yards, and it is. All 3 of them are holding calls. So that's going to cost them 10, and it's going to make it 2nd and 17 for the Niles Notre Dame Dons.
That's just what Edwardsville needs to help put a little bit more weight on the shoulder of the Dons. If Edwardsville could really make a turnover count here, they'd be in excellent position.
After Edwardsville plays this game today, if they win, they play next week against the winner of Kankakee McNamara and Chicago Hubbard. 2nd and 20 for the Dons at the 20. Jennings gives on the draw to Beckman. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
And this is a different Tiger defense you're seeing. They're looking very hungry.
They were saying that next year Niles Notre Dame wanted to play us in the regular season, but we were going to say, been there, done that. So it's going to be 3rd and 18 now. This could be a momentum builder for these Edwardsville Tigers. 3rd and 18 for the Dons, or no, 3rd and 23, pardon me, a loss of 3 on the play. 3rd and 23 at the Notre Dame 17-yard line. Crowd into the game for the Tigers. Jennings checks the defense. Jennings pitches, sweep left to Beckman. Oh, look at that play. That was an excellent play by John Tarpoff to string that sweep out, and this pursuit came in and made the tackle, and Niles Notre Dame will punt the ball away.
So a gain of 3.
It's 4th and 20. John Tarpoff made just an excellent play on that sweep, stringing it out, and the pursuit came in and made the play.
Well, John, the defense has shown up here in the second half. Let's see if the offense.
The punt goes all the way back to the Tiger 35. Alaria thought about returning it, but decided not. But the Tigers start off 1st and 10 at their own 35. Most of the first half, Mike, they were starting at their 20. So this is the best field position they've had in a while. Chad Opel checking in with the play from the Tiger bench. Now we get the Tiger bench exhorting the crowd to get into the game. Now they're saying be quiet. That's why those guys are on the bench, maybe. Alaria, the snap that gives to Beavis. He's over the 35 to about the 38, maybe the 37. We'll call that a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 now for the Edwardsville Tigers. You want to make noise when the other team has the ball.
2-yard pickup on the play. It was the Tigers' 2nd and 8.
Youthful exuberance on that Tiger bench. I formation. Beavis and Evans behind Alaria. Ritchie split right. Grodefin flanked left. Alaria cuts. Alaria's got the first down. Way to go, Mark. Mark Alaria has it up near the Tiger 49-yard line.
That was a beautiful play by Alaria as he snuck behind Evans to get those few extra yards, resulting in a first down.
All right, Tigers 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. 8 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. Chad Opel checks in with the play from Coach Tim Doherty. Opel is going to flank to the left, Evans to the right. Beavis the lone setback. Now the Tigers are set. The gives to Beavis up the middle into Notre Dame territory, down to about the 46-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd and about 5 for the Edwardsville Tigers.
If the Tigers continue to mix their plays up like they're doing here, they will march this ball right on down the field and wear that Notre Dame defense down.
Brad Grodefin in with the play from Coach Tim Doherty. Ritchie flanks to the right, splits to the right. Grodefin slot right. Beavis and Evans are behind Mark Alaria. Alaria checks that Notre Dame defense. He pitches to Evans. It's loose in the backfield. Travis falls on it. Good play. The ball goes all the way back to the Tiger 39-yard line. Well, 40. They mark it at the 40. So that hurt. And that's going to bring up now 3rd and long for the Tigers. 3rd and about 18. Into the game comes Chad Opel with the play from Coach Tim Doherty. That's too bad. The Tigers were moving the ball, and now they're in a little bit of a hole. 3rd and 18. Mark Alaria takes the snap. He's dropping. He's throwing. It's complete.
And
Chad Opel on the catch inside the 45-yard line down to about the 44. It's decision time now.
And Opel did a great job of catching the ball, making sure he had the ball in his hands before he tried to pick up the positive yardage. Heck of a grab by Chad Opel.
It's 4th and about 3. The ball's at the Notre Dame 45-yard line. The Tigers are going for it.
That's a gutsy call.
Brad Grodefin in with the play. This is a big play, 4th and 3. Grodefin is a wing to the right. Evans flanks right. Beavis the setback. Alaria calls time. He's trying to draw him offside, and he calls time before the play clock expires. So now the Edwardsville Tigers have timeout with a little time to talk this over here. It's 4th and 3. The Tigers must get the ball to the Notre Dame 42-yard line. Coach Tim Doherty walking out onto the field to take a spot in this Tiger huddle and discuss things with this Tiger offense.
The only concern I really see with not converting is you leave Notre Dame with pretty darn good field position with 6:38 left here in the third quarter.
This is one of those situations where it's easy for us to stand up here and say what he ought to do, but boy, this is where coaches make their money right here. And now the Tigers are going to punt it away, I think. They talked it over and decided to go with the punt. So Brad Grodefin drops back into punt formation. 6:38 left in the third quarter. Grodefant with the wind behind him, gets a kick off high and end over end. Takes a sideways bounce, and now it's going to be down by the center, Joe Fisher. 1st and 10 for the Dons, the ball at their own 13-yard line.
You can't complain with that. You pin the Dons down deep in their own territory. Smart play by Coach Tim Doherty.
I think so, Mike. As you pointed out, if you don't get the first down, you're in dangerous position there. So they decide to punt it away and see if they can stop them. The Edwardsville defense came up big on this first Notre Dame possession of the third quarter and shut them down. Hopefully they can do the same here.
Defense rising to the occasion on the last possession.
Power I formation. Jennings gives to Chipla, falling forward over the 15 to about the 17. That's going to bring up 2nd, and we'll call that 2nd and 6. Well, they spotted at the 18 now, so it's going to be 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 for the Notre Dame Dons. 6 minutes left, third quarter. Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. Second round of the 1997 Class 5A playoffs. Jennings takes the snap, gives to Beckman. He's stopped behind the line. And now another big third down play coming up. It's going to be 3rd and about 5. Well, they give him a couple of yards, so they're going to call it 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 for the Notre Dame Dons. The ball at the Niles Notre Dame 20-yard line. Niles Notre Dame looking for their second victory in these playoffs. They knocked off an undefeated team, Champaign Centennial, last week, and now face the Edwardsville Tigers. 3rd and 3 for Niles Notre Dame, ball at their own 20-yard line. Jennings, the quarterback, fakes, turns up. I think he's short. I don't think he got it.
Jennings really wanting to make that play himself. He had the pitch man right there who could have utilized his speed and got to the outside and possibly picked up that first down.
Mark Alaria came flying up from his safety position and stopped that. Notre Dame's going to punt it away into the wind. Hopefully the Tigers could get this ball in great field position. Dropping back to receive the punt are Mark Alaria and Travis Evans. They're standing at the Tiger 45-yard line. Snaps back, kicks off. It's low and a line drive, and it's down at the Edwardsville 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Edwardsville Tigers from their own 49.
31-yard punt for Notre Dame. The ball's blown dead at the Tigers' 48-yard line, where Edwardsville will take over. 1st and 10.
Tiger offense gets the ball good field position. 1st and 10 at their own 49. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left here in the third quarter. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. Brad Grodefant checking in with the play from Coach Tim Doherty. Travis Evans is going to flank to the left of the formation. Grodefant is a wing left. Beavis the lone setback. The give is to Beavis. He's got a big hole up the middle. Beavis still going into Notre Dame territory.
That's a great rush. One of the best we've seen all day by Joe Beavis.
And he's up near the Edwardsville first down. We're going to call that a gain of 9. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1. The ball at the Notre Dame 43-yard line. Travis Evans flanks to the right. Chad Opal is a swing to the right. Beavis the lone setback. Alaria with the snap. Gives to Beavis. We'll see where they give the spot. Beavis could be close to an Edwardsville first down there. And he's just a bit short. It's going to be, now they're going to call timeout and go for the measurement here. So the Tigers looking for a first down here, knocking on the door. The chain gang will start making its way across the field. Here's the play. Here's the call. Stretch it. And it looks like it is a short. About a foot short, so it's going to be 3rd and a foot for the Edwardsville Tigers. Ball is at the Niles Notre Dame 42-yard line. Brad Grodefant checks in with the play from the Tiger coaching staff. 3rd down and a foot for the Edwardsville Tigers. Beavis the lone setback. Evans flanks left. Grodefant is a wing back to the left. 2 tight end set for the offense. Mark Alaria. Uh-oh. We've got motion on both sides of the ball. And I believe, though, that's going to go against Edwardsville. An illegal procedure penalty against the Tigers. So 4th and a foot, or 3rd and a foot now becomes 3rd and 5. The ball goes back to the Niles Notre Dame 47-yard line. Chad Opel in with the play from the coaching staff. 3:25 left here in the 3rd quarter. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0.
That takes a lot of pressure off this Notre Dame defense here with 3:16 and counting.
Alaria keeps. Alaria cuts up. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Gets to about the 45-yard line. It's going to be 4th and about 3. So now the Tigers look like the Tigers will have to punt the ball away again. Unless this is the time they choose to go for it. Brad Grodefant bringing the play in from Coach Tim Doherty. 4th and 3, 2:45 left, 3rd quarter. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. Winner plays next week, loser plays next year. And the Tigers are going for it.
Big play here for Edwardsville.
4th and 3. Grodefant comes motion left. Alaria pitches to Evans. Get that 1st down, Travis. There you go. 1st down, Tigers, and then some. Evans driven out of bounds. And the play is clean. No flags on the play. 1st down for the Edwardsville Tigers.
A great run by Evans.
And a gutsy call by the Edwardsville coaching staff to go for it on 4th and 3. They get the 1st down, 1st and 10 at the Niles Notre Dame 30-yard line. That was a gain of 13 for Travis Evans. Here we come. Tigers I formation. Opel flanks to the left for the Tigers. Alaria giving to Beavis. Gain of 1 maybe. It's going to bring 2nd and 9 from the Niles Notre Dame 29-yard line. In with the play. Well, now they're discussing it on the sideline. Alaria over there with Coach Tim Doherty. Brad Grodefant checking into the game for the Tigers. Ritchie splits left. Grodefant flanks right. Beavis and Evans behind Alaria. The give, no, play action. Alaria rolling right's got pressure. Alaria gets past 1, he gets a throw off, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Niles Notre Dame at the Niles 25-yard line. So the Tigers cough it up on the turnover with 1.5 minutes left, 3rd quarter.
1st and 10 at their own 25.
1st and 10 for Niles Notre Dame from their own 25.
Well, they say defense wins ball games. The Edwardsville defense really needs to make a stand here. If Edwardsville can get the ball back heading into the 4th quarter, it's looking promising.
Niles Notre Dame, quarterback by Joe Jennings. Give to the fullback. Seeplick gets about to the 30. It's going to be a gain of about 5 and bringing up 2nd and 5 for Niles Notre Dame. 1:15 left in the 3rd quarter. Niles Notre Dame leads Edwardsville 10-0. Mario Ivy in on that last stop for the Tigers.
2nd and 5 for the Dons.
A minute to go now in the 3rd quarter. I formation for Niles Notre Dame. Joe Jennings is the quarterback. He's coming down the line on the option, cuts up. Fumble! That's a loose ball! And I think the Tigers have recovered. No, the referee's ruling that he was down, ruling that the ground caused the fumble. So, a gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 3 from the Niles Notre Dame 30. That would have been sweet. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. We may not get another playoff here. Niles Notre Dame lines up, I formation. Jennings sets them. He's got the snap. He's dropping to throw. He goes to the outside. I think he dropped it, didn't he? Incomplete. The pass was incomplete. The intended receiver, number 8, Kevin McCann. And the clock expires. We played 3 quarters at the end of 3. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. This is Edwardsville High School Tiger football on ECTV Channel 6. Edwardsville, Illinois. We'll be back with a fourth quarter play-by-play. Restore the Roar. John Bodakovich, Mike Horvath, Gus Kodros, Chris Goff back here at the Edwardsville High School Sports Complex. We played 3 quarters at the end of 3. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. Now Niles Notre Dame facing 4th and 3 at their own 30. They'll punt it away. Standing back deep is a single safety for the Edwardsville Tigers. Mark Alarie stands at the Tiger 35-yard line. Snap is back, kick off, almost blocked high. And it gets up in that wind, and the Tigers are going to be pinned.
That's already got to
deep.
be down. He's touched the ball. He touched the ball. It was on his thigh pads on the 10-yard line.
Oh no! That's a terrible call.
That's a terrible spot by the ref.
Because he did touch it. So now the Tigers get it 1st and 10 at their 1 yard line? Well, now they move the ball out to the 8-yard line. It's a little better. It was obvious that that player touched it. Now Chad Opel in with the play from Coach Tim Doherty and his staff. 11:49 left in regulation. Niles Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. I formation. Opel flank to the right. The gives to Beavis. He's got some room. Beavis gets to about the 15-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 7. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. The Tigers pinned back deep in their own territory. In with the play, Coach Brad Grodefin from Coach Tim Doherty, pardon me. Ritchie splits right. Grodefin flanks to the left. Beavis and Evans behind Mark Alaria. Snaps back. The gives to Beavis. He piles straight ahead. And now the Edwardsville Tigers lose it on a fumble. Beavis fumbles, and Notre Dame recovers.
And that kills the Tigers right there with 11:01 here in the ball game in regulation.
It's been a frustrating day for the Edwardsville offense. And Niles Notre Dame gets a great field position, 1st and 10 at the Edwardsville 18-yard line, definitely within field goal range, if not more. Jennings brings the Notre Dame Dons in an I formation. He gives to the fullback Chipla. We've got a flag on the play, and we'll see what that's all about. Holding on the Notre Dame defense is going to cost them 10. That's their 4th holding penalty in this ball game. So now it's going to be 1st and 20 from the Edwardsville 28-yard line. 10:56 left in regulation. Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0.
I bring the ball back to the Edwardsville 26.
The Tiger defense needs to come up big right here. I formation for the Notre Dame Dons. Jennings fakes, now they go counter, No gain. Good job by the Tiger defense. On the carry, that was number 28, Mike Heinrichs, and he got hammered. Now it's going to bring up second and 20 at the Edwardsville 26-yard line for the Notre Dame Dons. 10 minutes, 15 seconds left in regulation. Notre Dame 10, Edwardsville 0. Jennings sets the line. Jennings with the snap. He's dropping to throw. He pumps, throws in the flat.
Wide open.
And it is complete.
To Henricks.
That was number 8, McCann. McCann with the reception. It's going to bring up third now. What, about 1? 3rd and 1 at the Tiger 11. A good catch by McCann. Clutch catch by him. So now it's 3rd and we'll call it 3rd and 2. The ball at the Tiger 10-yard line. Big play here for the Edwardsville defense. Notre Dame I formation. Jennings, the snap. Jennings fakes to the first man. He's going to be trapped. I don't think he got it.
There wasn't much room there for him to scramble around in.
He wanted to pitch. There was no pitch to pitch to, and now it's going to be 4th down and 2 from the Edwardsville 10. The Notre Dame Dons bring on the field goal unit. Doing the kicking, number 24, that is Bill Bessenhofer.
If the kick is good, it assures Edwardsville a full 2 scores. They need to get in the end zone twice. With the time remaining.
This is a 17-yard attempt by Bessenhofer. He kicked one earlier from about 45. Snaps down, the kick's up. It's plenty long and plenty good. Notre Dame gets on the board. They have 13. Edwardsville has 0. Mike and I are going to take a break. This is Edwardsville Tiger High School football on ECTV, Channel 6, Edwardsville, Illinois. Hey, you got to believe. We'll be right back. John Vodakovich, Mike Horvath, Gus Kodros, Chris Goff back here at the Edwardsville Sports Complex. Notre Dame, a 17-yard field goal by Bill Bessenhofer puts them ahead 13-0. 8 minutes, 28 seconds left in regulation. Still lots of football to be played for the Edwardsville Tigers. Hey, you got to believe. The Tigers get the ball back with 8:28 left in regulation. Back deep for Edwardsville, Mark Alaria, Travis Evans. Up ahead of them, Joe Beavis, Chad Opel. And right ahead of them, Grodefant and Ritchie. Bessenhofer kicking with the wind to his back, if like he needs that. I'm looking for this ball to go out of the end zone, Mike.
He's already put it through the uprights once.
That's way out of the end zone. Wish I could hit a 5-iron like that. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 20-yard line. This kid is he's the best kicker we've seen all year, hands down.
So Edwardsville really with their backs to the walls here. 8:28 left in regulation, down 13. Scoreless, and that's something we haven't been able to say all season for the Edwardsville Tigers.
Here come the Tigers I formation. Olaria, the snap, gives to Beavis up the middle. Joe Beavis crossing the 25-yard line to about, no, I'm sorry, they mark it, yeah, just over the 25 at the 26. We're going to call that a gain of 6. Well, 7. That's going to bring up 2nd and 3. In with the play, Chad Opel. The Tigers line it up, I formation, slot left, Opel in the slot, Ritchie flanked left. Mark Alaria, the snap, pivots, fakes the pitch, it's fumbled again. And it looks like the Notre Dame Dons have recovered. They certainly have. 1st and 10 for Notre Dame. The ball is at the Tiger 25-yard line, 1st and 10, Notre Dame.
Things just falling apart here for Edwardsville. Laria goes with the fake to try to make that end commit. And when he does that, the ball gets batted away as he exposed the ball. Notre Dame comes up with the turnover with 7:46.
Now time becoming a critical factor. Notre Dame with the ball again, great field position, 1st and 10 at the Edwardsville 25. Jennings hands to Beckman. He pounds straight ahead, runs into the Tiger line. Not much of a gain on that play. That's going to bring up 2nd and about 8 for the Notre Dame Dons.
Notre Dame knows if they put this ball in the end zone, this ball game is over. If they put up 3, Edwardsville's got to have a long fight to get back in it. So any score here for Notre Dame in this ball game pretty much is in the bag.
Notre Dame comes out, slot left. Jennings, the snap. Hands off to Beckman on the right side. Beckman found a little bit of a hole, and he has a nice gain on the play. He's going to breeze short of the 1st down, but it's a gain of about 5 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 for the Notre Dame Dons. The ball at the Tiger 18-yard line, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in regulation. Come on, defense, right here, right now, big play. 3rd and 4 for Notre Dame. Jennings gives to Beckman. Tries the right side. John Tarpoff there to meet him. I think he's short of the 1st down, Chris. He is short. It's going to be 4th and 1 now for Notre Dame. And the field goal unit comes on. Mr. Bessenhofer tries his 3rd field goal of the day.
And he is perfect in field goal attempts and extra point conversions this afternoon.
This one's going to be about 32 yards. 32-yard attempt on the way. Snaps a little high. It kicks up. It's good. Bill Bessenhofer has his 3rd field goal of this football game, and now Notre Dame leads Edwardsville 16-0 with 16-0 with 5:40 left. And we just found out the Edwardsville soccer team won 2-1. They'll be playing for the state championship, right? Is that right? Yeah, they'll be playing for the state championship. How about those Tiger soccer players? They will play for the state championship game this evening. So the Edwardsville Tigers playing for a state championship this afternoon. Back to the football game now, though, Mike. These Edwardsville Tigers here really have their backs to the wall. They trail 16-0. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in regulation. The Tigers play for the state soccer championship tonight at 7 p.m. How about that? Congratulations to Coach Mark Schwarzkopf and his soccer players advancing to the state championship game. Bessenhofer, wham! He kicks it long and through the end zone. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 20.
Alaria really eyeing that ball down. He wanted to return that ball so bad to try to spark this Tiger offensive team, which has really been non-existent this afternoon.
My hats are off. My hat is off, though, to this Notre Dame club, Mike. I mean, last week they went to Champaign and beat an undefeated team. Now they're on the road again this week, and they're winning here 16-0. Alaria has the Tigers in an eye. Grodefant to the right. Ritchie to the left. The give is to Beavis. He gets it out to the 29, a gain of 9. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1 for the Tigers.
Edwardsville's really got to start looking at that hurry-up offense. They really can't take too much time here in the huddle. Down 16 with 5:20 and counting.
Chad Opel in with the play from Coach Tim Doherty. Opel splits to the right, Ritchie to the left, Ritchie to the right. Throw, complete. Ritchie, first down Tigers. He gets out of bounds. Mark Alaria does a nice job on the play action pass.
And where has this been all ball game? First time Edwardsville resorts to the air, and it's a successful play.
It's the second time the Tigers have completed a pass. They completed one earlier in the half. And now the Tigers have it 1st and 10, ball at the Notre Dame 46. They're down by 16 with 5 minutes left in regulation. The give is to Beavis. He crosses the 45 down to about the 43. Something to think about too, Mike. If the Tigers score, 2 points are almost going to be mandatory.
With the field goals to try to negate them, we're at least looking at 2 scores, and then 2-point conversions to try to tie this ball game up. But Edwardsville's got to get in the end zone first, and with 4:36 and counting, they're taking their precious time.
Here we go. Opal goes in formation to the left. Alaria fakes, pitch to Evans. Evans cuts it outside. Evans is running hard. He's taken out bounds at about the 39.
Evans trying desperately to get to that sideline, step out of bounds to stop the clock.
4 minutes left now in regulation. Notre Dame leads Edwardsville 16-0. Tigers have it 3rd and 4 at the Notre Dame 39-yard line. Brad Grodefant in with the play from the Tiger bench. Grodefant flanks to the right of the formation. Ritchie splits left. Beavis and Evans behind Alaria. Alaria is dropping. Looks, throws in the right flat. He's got a receiver, Wiemers. Wiemers keeps his bounce and gets out of bounds. Nice play by John Wiemers. Wiemers gets to the 30, where there'll be a Tiger first down. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. The ball at the Notre Dame 31-yard line now. 3:38 left in regulation. Tigers trail Notre Dame 16-0. Chad Opal in with the play, and now we're going to have a timeout on the field, taken by Niles Notre Dame. 16-0, Niles Notre Dame leads at 3:38 left in regulation. Tigers 1st and 10 at the Notre Dame 31-yard line. So the Edwardsville Tigers need to score quickly and get the ball back. But how about those soccer Tigers playing for the state championship?
Sensational.
That's wonderful. So now the Edwardsville Tiger football team with their backs to the wall. They trail Notre Dame 16-0, 3:38 left in regulation. The Tigers have it 1st and 10 at the Notre Dame 31-yard line. They need to score quickly and get the ball back. Here come the Tigers. They line up I formation. Ritchie splits right. Opal is in the slot to the right. Beavis and Evans behind Alaria. Now here we go. Opal in motion to the left. Alaria with the snap. Gives to Beavis. Joe gets inside the 30 down to about the 27. Gain of about 4. That's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Up front for the Tigers, Joe Fisher, Cole McMichael, David Fields, Matt Schell, John Tarpoff, and John Wiemers. They're the people up front. Brad Grodefant brings in the play from Coach Tim Doherty. 3 minutes left in regulation. Tigers have it 2nd and 8 at the Notre Dame 29-yard line. I formation. Alaria keeps, cuts up, and he's stopped almost immediately. Not much of a gain at all. And now it's going to be 3rd and about 7 for the Edwardsville Tigers at the Niles Notre Dame 28-yard line. 2.5 minutes left in this one. 16-0, Edwardsville trails Niles Notre Dame. Bill Bessenhofer, 3 field goals for the Niles Notre Dame Dons and a touchdown run by Nick Beckman. Ritchie splits right. Opal in the slot right. Alaria Fakes to Beavis. He's got some room. He might have a Tiger touchdown. No, he's brought down inside the 15, down to about the 14, maybe the 13. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And there is 2:08 left in regulation here. Clock starts. We're down to 2 minutes to go. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Niles Notre Dame 13-yard line. Alaria gives to Beavis. Beavis hard up the middle. Inside the 10, down to about the 5. And it's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 5-yard line for the Edwardsville Tigers. 1:40 left in regulation. In with the play, Chad Opel. Clock is ticking.
Crunch time here with 1:30 and counting. Edwardsville's got to get in twice.
2 tight end set. Opel is a wing to the left. Alaria gives to Beavis. He's inside the 5, but he's short of the goal line, probably down to about the 3-yard line. And there's 1:15 left. Officials timeout. They're going to measure for the 1st down. Stranger things have happened, Mike. If the Tigers score and get the 2, you know what's coming. Onside kick.
Onside, and they got to get the ball and then advance the ball down the field rather quickly.
Let's see. It's going to be... Here's the call. 1st down Tigers. 1:15 left in regulation. 1st and 10, 1st and goal to go for the Tigers from the Niles 2-yard line. They got to get in almost on this play, Mike.
Yeah, they can't afford to take any more seconds off the clock than they have to.
1st and goal for the Edwardsville Tigers at the Niles Notre Dame 2-yard line. Alaria, the snap, the give to Beavis. Touchdown Tigers! Touchdown Edwardsville Tigers, Joe Beavis, 2-yard run. Now it gets interesting. The Tigers will have to go for 2. And we can expect an onside kick once the Tigers get the ball back to kick it off. This is a critical play here. They don't get the 2 points here, it doesn't matter. Chad Opel in with the call from Coach Tim Doherty. This is a critical play for the Edwardsville Tigers. They've got to have the 2-point conversion. A flag down.
It's almost got to be delay of game.
Delay of game against the Tigers. They couldn't get the play off. Now they have to go from the 2-yard line. Now they have to back it up to the 7.
And the Tigers just aren't making it any easier on themselves at the moment.
So it's a point after touchdown attempt from the 7-yard line. And we have a timeout on the field, it looks like. No, I'm sorry, I thought we had timeout. Okay, in with the play, Brad Grodefant. 8 yards to go for a 2-point conversion. And now Niles Notre Dame does take timeout. 1:07 left in regulation. Edwardsville trails Niles Notre Dame 16-6. Well, that last field goal looks pretty big right now.
Oh boy, is it ever. Notre Dame really executing, playing their game plan. I mean, everything has gone their way this afternoon.
Oh yeah.
I mean, whether it be turnover or just play calling, everything has been executed to the way they have wanted to, and the score is reflecting it at the moment. To hold Edwardsville to 6 points with 1:07 left in the ball game, that's some sort of defensive display.
This is a team that scored 49 points in the first round of the playoffs. Edwardsville Tigers did on the road. And now they are got their season right in front of them. They have 7 yards to go for a 2-point conversion.
And the toughest thing to do right here is to get these kids to believe that they can do it here with the.
Now the Tigers line it up. Evans in the slot right with Grotefent. Alaria rolling, throws to Weimers. He's not going to make it. He's short.
And they were all over the tight end as he released.
The two-point conversion fails, and now the Tigers trail at 16-6 with 1:07 left in regulation. The Tiger kickoff unit gathers around Coach Tim Doherty. I still expect that we might see an onside kick, maybe a hard squib, but the Tigers are in danger of seeing their 1997 football season come to an end here.
Well, the whole game is going to be depicted right here. The score remains the same in the first quarter, or the first half. Niles Notre Dame went into the scored 10 points in the first quarter, and that was all the points scored in that half. So
it's crunch time now for the Tigers. Even if they score and get 2, they still trail by 2. Grotefent is definitely lined up for an onside kick. Here it is. He kicks the top of the ball, takes a high bounce. The Notre Dame up back gets the ball. He falls down on it at the Tiger 49-yard line. Notre Dame is 65 ticks of the clock away from advancing to the third round of the 1997 playoffs. I don't look for anything fancy here, Mike.
Notre Dame put together an excellent game plan today and really shut that Tiger offense down, and that do nothing but tip your hat to the preparation and all the hard work that it took to pull out this important big victory. So Notre Dame now with 2 big upsets here in Class 5A playoff.
Time taken by the Edwardsville Tigers with 1 minute left in regulation. Notre Dame's content to take the snap and take a knee. So the Edwardsville Tigers looks like their football season's gonna end with a record of 9 wins, 2 losses. A great season for the Edwardsville Tigers and Coach Tim Doherty. And this Niles Notre Dame team is tough as nails. They went on the road last week, beat Champaign Centennial, a 9-0 team. They beat them at Champaign 14-7. They come down here to Edwardsville and beat a 9-2 team, or 9-1 team, 16-6. Jennings is just going to get the ball and take a knee. Now he's down. Oh, now we don't need any late hits. Belfield couldn't tell for sure whether he was down. And now that clock will stop. Referee's stopping the clock. And timeout taken by the Tigers with 46 seconds left. It is 3rd down and 12 for the Niles. No, more than 12. It's about 3rd and 21 for the Niles Notre Dame Dons. 46 seconds left. They may have to punt it away here, Mike, before the game's over.
Yeah, with 46 seconds, Edwardsville still has a timeout left.
Even though a Tiger touchdown and 2-point conversion would still leave them 2 points behind.
But then you always have the onside kick, and there's no telling.
With a Hail Mary or something. Here we go. 3rd and 21. Ball's at the Niles Notre Dame 41-yard line. Jennings is going to get the ball and take a knee. He does, and now the clock keeps running. We're down to 40 seconds left. 4th and 21 for Niles Notre Dame. They'll just take their time. Get that punt unit out there. The Tigers might get the ball back one last time.
About 12 seconds left.
They are not in any big hurry at all.
And I believe they're going to take the delay of game and just really put a foot on it with the punt, because they haven't even broke the huddle yet.
There's the call, delay a game against Niles. No timeout.
Timeout taken by Notre Dame.
10 seconds left here in regulation. Niles Notre Dame 16, Edwardsville 6. The Niles Notre Dame Dons will advance to the third round of the 1997 Class 5A playoffs. But a great season for Coach Tim Doherty and the Edwardsville Tigers. Are going to end their season with a record of 9 wins, 2 losses. So, Niles Notre Dame discussing what they want to do in their huddle, and soon they will punt it away to the Edwardsville Tigers. Bill Bessenhofer, certainly, Mike, is the most valuable player in this game. 3 field goals, booming kickoffs. The Tigers never got a kickoff return at all today, and it looks as if Niles Notre Dame will punt it away here to the Edwardsville Tigers. The Edwardsville fans giving the Tigers an appreciative round of applause for a great season. But the season is going to end with this snap of the football. 4th and 21 for Niles Notre Dame. Jennings runs around right in.
And look at this.
Oh,
this is unbelievable.
No, don't get it.
This is called rubbing it in.
Mark, catch it.
Terrible.
He stops him short.
But that is just absolutely terrible. Why? How can you call that play when the game is in the bag? If I was an Edwardsville ball player, I would be irate. That is totally uncalled for.
Well, that's it. That's it. The game's over. Niles Notre Dame has their second road victory of this 1997 Class 5A playoff season. They defeat Edwardsville here 16-6. I don't think the intent was to gain yardage, but the quarterback Jennings broke a long run. Mark Hilarious saves the touchdown. The Edwardsville Tigers end it with a 9-2 record.
When you kneel on the ball the past 2 plays and then you run the bootleg on the 4th down, it just does not make any sense. It's just totally trying to rub it in. That's a terrible call on the coach's sportsmanship. That is, oh.
Our hats off, though, to Niles Notre Dame. They come down on a 5-hour bus ride and defeat Edwardsville in the second round here of the playoffs 16-6. But also our hats off to Coach Tim Doherty and his staff and the Edwardsville Tiger football team for a great 1997 season. Tigers ended at 9 wins, 2 losses coming into this 1997 season. This was a young, untested ball club. They certainly met the challenges that were brought to them, and they go to the second round of the 5A playoffs, but they fall short today against Niles Notre Dame. Niles Notre Dame, 3 field goals by Bill Bessenhofer, a 1-yard touchdown run by Nick Beckman, and the Edwardsville Tigers now turn their sights to basketball season, which will be starting soon. Our hats off again to Coach Tim Doherty and his staff and players. We want to thank them, the administration here at Edwardsville High School, for being such good hosts to us here in the ECTV booth. Also want to thank our camera people, Gus Kodros and Chris Goff, for bringing you the pictures this year. Mike Horvath with the color commentary. And that's going to do it. Niles Notre Dame 16, Edwardsville 6. This is John Vodakovich, the voice of the Edwardsville Tigers, saying good night, everybody. We'll see you at the gym for basketball.